I am talking. This is Dave from Amplify, and I am talking to the youthful-looking Murray Cook and the gorgeous Lizzie Mack.
You'll get on, mate.
They did send me some money before I said that, so I'm pretty happy about that. How are you guys?
Well, we're living the life down here, I've got to say. Scarborough Beach is where it's at.
Well, you're overseas. You're in another country. You're in West Australia.
That's right. We're on the other side of the country. Yeah.
Wild West.
You would have been there many times touring, I'm sure. So you know all the sites.
We do indeed, and actually Lizzie is from Perth, so she knows it really well.
Yeah, I was just telling Murray about the White Sands Tavern, and I'm just quickly going to show you viewers because this is the only place you can see the old sign. It's up there.
Wow.
It's infamous. I think I probably saw some of the best bands of my life there, but Cruel Sea used to come through on a regular basis.
Lizzie's going to go back. Lizzie's going to go back in the archives and share some of her video from 30.
Oh, no, I'm not.
From a long time ago.
But this is where Rolling Stones and this is where Led Zeppelin stayed in these rooms just up here when they played in Perth and got into all sorts of trouble.
Not recently.
Drugs and women.
Not recently. You're talking about in the 70s,
right? Yeah, early 70s.
Just a few decades ago.
All right. Okay, so we've got a fair bit to talk about, really, but we'll try and race through it because you've got a varied background. We've got Soul Movers Band, which has been out for how long? And when did you guys start with the Soul Movers? 20 years ago? More?
Yeah, me and Dennis started the Soul Movers from Radio Birdman, but then Murray joined in 2013, so it's been
and then
5 albums, but 4 with Murray on guitar, and now renamed as Murray and the Movers.
And then Murray's also been a Wiggle for 30 years, and
prior to that,
I was thinking
that's right. Yeah, I was one of the originals. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that'd be a new market to share the video with. All the 9-year-olds. That'd be pretty cool.
20-somethings now.
Yeah. The ones that grew up with me are all in their 20s and early 30s now.
So just briefly, where does it start? Like, usually in these situations, when I talk to people, they either went to school together or they were in 10 bands and then found each other, or there's a pretty interesting a story around where it starts, and most people don't know it. So I wonder if you could just quickly
with the finger guns, and if you make a finger gun and think of the Wiggles, that's kind of interesting too. But I'll hand that over to you, Murray.
That's a band I was in the 80s, but with this band, it really it started with, as Lizzie said, with her and Dennis Tech, who was the one of the writers and guitar players from Radio Birdman, and they were in a relationship together and formed a band, and then after a while, that kind of fizzled out. The band fizzled out, and
this thing didn't fizzle out. It just went up on blocks. We changed gears, and actually Dennis booked us a gig in Madrid the other day. So we're still working together in strange ways, but it was just the traveling the distance that got me, because I was going backwards and forwards to Montana to see your boyfriend, not interstate, Montana.
Yellowstone. Was it Kevin Costner? Was it Kevin?
We used to go there. Yeah, we used to go there.
Yes, Kevin Costner.
Massive. In actual fact, I'm watching 1883 again. So the Montana I'm looking at is like a tree, and they bury every second person, sort of thing. So
exactly. I've got silver dollars from those times, the 1880s.
Okay, so you came together, Soul Movers, and you've been. How did you deal with Wiggles and Soul Movers together, Muzza?
I had not seen a single episode of the Wiggles before Murray joined our band, and I did mention that. I said I don't know anything about the Wiggles, and he goes, "Great, can you keep it that way just for a little while?" So for 6 months, I was playing with Murray, and I had absolutely no idea about the Red Skibby, but I did pick it up when I saw the 20-somethings coming to our shows and the crazy passion.
Yeah, I'd finished performing with the Wiggles. I finished up at the end of 2012 performing with them. I'm still involved in it, but not on a day-to-day basis. And it's a bit different going from having Dennis Tech as your lead guitarist to having Murray Wiggle. So I think it's a little bit different.
It's an adjustment.
But it's been great. I come from a rock and roll background, and so playing with Lizzie and playing in the band has been really great. And, you know, because of my background in the Wiggles, it gave us some opportunities to, you know, to get on board some things that because of some of the connections I had and people I knew. So it's been good from that side of things.
I was a pawnbroker in a past life, so I was gangstered up a while back. And when people never used to pay us, we used to sit them in a room and put on a Wiggles episode. We used to get our money very quickly, so it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I feel their pain.
And you were also prominent, just another 2-second thing, you're also prominent with the Yes campaign, yeah? You were trying to get that over the line?
Yeah,
that didn't occur?
No, my wife was really involved with it, but I pitched in and went to the meetings and you know, did a lot on social media. And you know, there's some pushback there. I think a lot of people didn't understand it, but
a lot of confusion.
You know, when that didn't get up, it was pretty disappointing. But you know, you dust yourself off and think, well, what next can we do?
There are worse things. TRUMP. You know, there are worse things. So, you know, not getting a Yes Transfer campaign out is a lot better than living in the States at the moment. So
no, it's
we're still lucky, but really, this song that we just dropped, A Sign of the Times, is us doing our little bit to say we still understand this situation is not finished. The stolen generation people are still alive. They're still waiting. Yeah. We're apologising, but we think we can do better.
Yeah.
And I guess it's just saying, you know, we're kind of in this together. Like we're all Australians, Aboriginal people and Indigenous people and us. And, you know, the non-Indigenous population can get involved as well. And
85% of Australians want a treaty, want this to sort it out. When 85% of us want something, why aren't politicians doing it?
Because the money people don't want it.
Exactly. It's about empowerment at the end of the day.
It's about empowerment. Okay, so Mack and Cook, you've got a couple of singles. Like we're going to talk about your single in a sec, but you've got a couple of singles. How would you describe your sound?
Australiana meets Americana.
Boom, boom.
Without the plastic cheese.
So there's some country elements, sort of acoustic, some sort of folk elements in there. A lot of the songs we play live are songs that we wrote for the Soul Movers, but
country soul.
Yeah. That we don't play so much with the band. So this is a more acoustic version of it, and it's given us a lot of flexibility, which has really been enjoyable. We can, you know, we're much more. You know, well, flexible.
I think the big thing for us was also be able to go back, because we've written like 120 something songs together, but when they've been 12 years ago, some of them we hadn't heard for so long. It was like listening to someone else's music, except for it was ours. And so we're listening back going, geez, that was all right, wasn't it? We did all right there. So it's actually been sort of good for our musical self-esteem as well, because we can see why we've done this to ourselves for this music industry thing, this social media thing, this driving, this relentless touring for the last, 14 years has been, great to look back on and pull out about 50 songs for Mack and Cook, which we're now really enjoying playing for people.
Good. A Sign of the Times. Tell us a bit about A Sign of the Times. You told us a bit before, just,
Yeah, well, it's really us. It's not us haranguing people about the Indigenous issue. It's just saying that, we are a country that can join together. I think we are pretty unified in so many ways. And
not colony.
Yeah, so it's not about white guilt. It's just about looking forward and seeing, what can we do? Let's
get practical.
Yeah, and let's take our cues from Indigenous people and move forward. But we non-Indigenous people have a role to play too.
We do.
And
I think allies is a really good word.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think also, as artists, I think you have a responsibility to put ideas out there. I think it's become really apparent, or became more apparent after the passing of Rob Hurst, who was a friend of mine, and
his body of work,
his work changed the culture and had a lot to say, and that it was very brave, and so
got to keep it on the agenda. Yeah. Let people know, inverted commas, let people know that we're not happy, that we're not finished, and that this is certainly not over. We want it to stay on the top of the agenda. I'd say watch the music video too, because we put a lot of work into the music video. It's on our YouTube if you go to @Mack Cook, and see all our lovely friends popping up and dancing on the dance floor at the Marrickville Hardcourt Tennis Club, which hasn't changed since the 1950s. And there's the sandwiches on the tables, there's the cool, the groovy 60s looking stuff, and it's all about that moment in history when Gough Whitlam handed back the Gurindji sands to Vincent Lingari and the Waves of Gilmore.
The father of he's really
civilization in Australia.
Well, if people knew, he's basically the creator of Hawke and Keating and all that sort of situation.
Absolutely.
And all the things of Medicare and all the things that we have today. Basically, Gough was the architect, but people don't realise that because other people brought him in. And I was just going to say, talking about Rob was sold to the earth, absolutely. Yeah. But their band has done a huge amount for Indigenous people over the years. So, it's so necessary. From a conscious point of view, we're all in the quantum, we're all connected. And so as soon as we start looking at each other by any standard that's different, it's stupid. But like you say, 85% want it. And so
we get it done.
We will get it done.
We need to get it done for the stolen generation. They're still around and they're waiting, so the lines in the song that are most potent in a way are, we need to tell the hearts still waiting that there is a better future to come, because they've had such a shit end of the stick for so long. They want what we want for our kids. They want equality. They want opportunity. They don't want the stupid, meager handouts.
No.
They want a future. Same as everyone does.
Yeah, and they don't want sorry, because sorry doesn't mean any. Well, I know they want sorry with
painted on the sky in crop dusting,
it was
and it flew away like a cloud.
It's a symbol, but it's not the end of the story.
So Mack and Cook, is there an album coming?
Is there an album? You know what? I think for the time being we're going to be dropping singles, but we've got some pretty crazy plans, including Abbey Road Studios. So stay tuned, because we have our ways of doing things.
You're going over the crossing, are you?
Well, we're actually going to do some shows in Spain, maybe Paris. We've got some shows booked over there with John Francis Kennedy, who Murray did some work with and has recorded with, and he's living in Spain these days. So we thought, why don't we do a hop, skip and a jump on the way over there? And so we're going June and July, and also because Murray's daughter Georgia is playing for the Gliders over there. And
good work.
Yeah, my daughter's in the Australian wheelchair basketball team, and so
she's rolling.
So I'm heading over there to watch her play, and so then we can tack some other things.
Sensational. Why not? Opportunism. Okay.
Mate, that's what it's all about in music.
It is. You got a tour. You've just started here.
Yeah.
You played a couple of dates and it's just started. How's that started?
Well, we've got another show over there tonight inside the Hotel Main, which is the frolicking ground of Southern River Band. They have a lot of parties on the roof up here with their entourage. So we're kicking off tonight here at the Indie Bar for Plug and Play, and it's a free gig if anyone's able to get down here. I don't know when this interview goes.
Well, listen, if you're sitting in Melbourne and you want to go to a free gig tonight, just hop in the car and
jump on a plane. It'll be faster. But Nana Festival, 3 shows this weekend, and then we come back and basically Sydney, probably Palomino Bar's a good one because that's a free show, isn't it?
Yep.
Right next to the N Mall.
Yep.
So that's happening next up in Sydney. We're going down to the Servo in Port Kembla. We're going up to Brisbane.
We're doing the retreat in Melbourne.
So
we get around.
Yeah, the cave. Is it Cave Bar or
no, we're
Cave
playing the jump.
Anything you're looking forward to particularly?
You know what? Murray and the Movers are opening Enlighten Festival in Canberra on March 8th. So basically we're home for 2 days and then we go to Canberra on Friday, March
the 6th.
And what's that? Is that an Enlightened Festival?
Enlightened Festival.
Is that like a spirit festival?
No, it's lights. So Enlighten as in neon, amazing light design.
Oh, okay.
Projecting lights.
So
photographers drama. They hate those bloody lights all
over. No, it's just next level creativity in art. But Kaylin Whiskey, a great Indigenous artist, has been involved in the opening show of that. It's just phenomenal. It's what's Vivid in Sydney, similar to Vivid. It's Sydney's Vivid, but Canberra. So we're going to be playing in front of the old Parliament House at the Festival Hub. I think it's 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock on the Friday of the first Friday of the festival. And I'm really looking forward to that. That's going to be magic.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we've got also go to the site. We've got links for news and all that sort of stuff. We've got questions we've got to ask you now that are all the important questions. The ones that really mean something.
Thanks for giving us the heads up.
If you could perform with any, they're all the shit questions that people want to
Exactly.
know. But they're interesting. If you could perform with any music artist, alive or dead, who would you choose and why? And the dead ones wouldn't be there lying in a coffin. They'd have to be performing.
They'd be rocking.
Oh, that's good to know.
Who would it be?
Paul? Yeah, for me, Paul McCartney probably.
And John. Might as well have John if we can have him as well.
But yeah, my journey with music started with the Beatles when I was a teenager. When I was younger than a teenager, when they were still together. It's
62 to 70, I think it was.
Yeah, that's right. I remember when they broke up, and so they're still the closest to my heart.
They broke up.
With Elvis.
That gig on the roof was they broke up on after that gig.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Liz.
All right. Next question.
What about you? Who'd you say?
I said I'd do a duet with Elvis, but I've already recorded
Elvis.
The studio. Elvis. That was as close as I'm going to get.
So Okay. I'll come back to a couple. What's the craziest thing you've ever done?
Skydived off the Sydney Harbour Bridge was pretty fun.
Really? How long ago?
The year I arrived in Sydney, so it was like, to stay.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I did it with Phil Sobrano for Jump for Joy.
That's unbelievable.
Come along, he goes, it's free hot dogs, and they put me in a harness and dropped me off the top of the pylon. It was fucking terrifying.
That is too good. I had someone from a band a while back, an old timer, and he said, I said, what's the craziest thing you've done? He said, before they allowed people to go up on the Sydney Harbour Bridge, he climbed some sort of thing, crawled up the scaffolding and all that and hung right at the top or something like that. I thought,
they used to find all sorts of things up there. The guys, I went up there once, and the guys who took us up said they once found a shopping trolley up there. They found like empty beer cans because people would just climb up and drink beer up there. It was like just
unbelievable.
Nuts. So they can't do that anymore.
I think for you, it would probably be Madison Square Gardens, flying along in the harness and getting his nut stuck in one.
Now, you don't have
flying in the shows. Yeah.
You don't have any appreciation for that, Lizzie, but I can tell you,
grinning through the pain.
Yes, yeah.
The little children going, "Is Murray okay?"
What's the one topic you can talk about for hours? I know Lizzie's answer. Everything.
Guitar.
Everything.
I'm a Perth girl. We can talk underwater.
No. What is the one topic you think you can talk about for hours or want to talk about?
Probably guitars. When I get together with my guitarist friends, Brad Shepherd or Jim Magini or someone like that.
Wow.
Or Dan Sultan.
Okay, see you in an hour.
How many pedals you got, Muzza?
Oh, pedals. Oh, hundreds. I'm not sure. Yeah.
He's got about 120
Tube screamer, or what do you like best?
Well, the one that gets the most attention. I've got a Klon Centaur, which now sell for $10,000, which is ridiculous. They're not that great, but I bought it years and years ago. But and I like my Crowther hot cake. So Mr. Crowther, Paul Crowther, who was the original drummer the second drummer in Split Enz, builds them in New Zealand. They're great pedals.
Liz, what are you talking about?
What was the question?
What's the one thing you can talk about for hours?
Writing songs, probably.
Okay. What's the thing you like most about yourself?
I'm tall, so that I can see everything.
How tall? How tall?
Sorry for pissing everyone off. I try and stand as far back as I can. Well,
She's about 6'2".
Yeah, and
no.
Yeah, and I'm 6'4".
6'2".
Well, you can't tell.
Stand up.
That is mad. 6'2". That's mad. That's not tall. That's like you should be a basketballer. You should be. Look at that.
I'm on
They go forever.
No, they're great for floods. Mate, I'm on stilts. I can walk
I
through
tell
rivers.
ya.
Nick.
In her
You
My
might-
flat,
cricket legs.
in her
I'm
flat,
gonna,
Liz,
I'm gonna
Lizzie had
put, I'm gonna put a picture of you up on my wall now, Lizzie. I love tall women.
Lizzie had a poster of the attack of the 50-foot woman in her flat.
Yeah. And Freddie Negro, he's down in Melbourne. He's a great comic strip artist. He used to use me as a ruler on the side of the comic strip
Unbelievable.
Yeah, they used
With
to
just-
do for the Beat magazine.
but with no head or bits missing because he was saying like she goes taller than the cell. So he just used to write tall chick on my T-shirt and put me on as a ruler down the side. I saw Freddie the other day and I go, Freddie, tall chick. Oh, instant recognition.
Muzza, what was the thing you like most about yourself?
He's friendly,
Oh, okay.
approachable, and always does
Oh.
selfies. It drives me nuts.
It probably is that I do try to be friendly.
Okay,
Oh.
let's end with these. These are all time or now just favourites and favourites. Favourite album?
Strawberry Abbey Road by the Beatles.
Road to Ruin by the Ramones.
Oh, that's a fucking great album. Favourite
Tell me about it.
artist?
Got Steels and Pins on it too.
The Ramones is another band that no one really. They were so instrumental, so big. They were huge.
Oh yeah,
He's still Joey Ramone's still the only guy I've ever asked to marry me. And you know what he said? Hey
No.
man, what if I could? Get married. He's a good kisser too.
You're in the wrong. I think you're in the wrong field, Liz. I think you
No,
should
I've
be.
been in both fields, mate.
You
They
should
all work
be
together in the
stand-up
end.
comedian. Favourite artist?
Well, it's boring. I'm going to say the Beatles again, but yeah,
Again.
Lucinda Williams. I'm a big fan
Yes.
of Lucinda Williams.
And Jason Isbell.
Jason Isbell. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. Liz?
Liz?
Oh, again?
ABBA.
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 She's an ABBA girl. I was too old for ABBA.
Money. I bet
I
that's
like
the song.
the Carpenters. No, I'm more knowing me, knowing you.
But,
Yeah, that's right.
favourite
Oh,
movie?
SOS is number one though. SOS. It's brilliant. It's
I
freaking
had
brilliant.
that. Let's just to digress for 1 second. I used to work in Coles in '75 as a junior.
Coles New
salesman.
World.
No, Coles in the city store, store 12. In store, you remember, Muzza, you remember store 12 in the city, you know, the big Coles store, the old store with the old walk behind counters.
Yeah.
I had to stand there one day with a hand mic. ABBA just came out with a new record from 9 o'clock till 5:30, and they had a big
ABBA
table
Arrival.
of them. And I had to talk about them while all the girls with no customers stood behind the counter and watched me. It was
Blue Eye Shadow.
that was nightmare.
That's not a good job.
Mate,
That's a
it
not a
bad
good
ABBA
job.
Arrival, and they were wearing white jumpsuits, and there was a helicopter in the background. That's
Favorite movie?
It's hard.
Probably The
People hate
Godfather. The Godfather, I think.
Yeah, that's a good
Fried
one.
green tomatoes.
Okay.
Fried green tomato. She's a favorite place to visit.
New York City. Not right now, but
Oh no, it's fucking
insane at
mental.
times.
Do you know what? Poison Swamp is pretty cool, and that's where we're going this weekend. It's down the southwest, Western Australia, and it's the only street that's not on Google Maps because the hippies that bought the street, the town, and from Blackwood River deliberately named it a horrible name to make people not want to come nearer. Poison Swamp's pretty cool, but otherwise I'll be in Paris.
Paris is grouse. Favorite venue to play?
Oh, we love Cherry Bar.
Cherry
Cherry's
Bar,
awesome. Sticky Black.
Cherry's
Like,
mental.
Big DVs
I-
we're going to get.
I
But
might have to say Madison Square.
Yeah, well, that's a
tell
decent
you what,
one.
we are really looking forward to playing Den Divine on the Saturday, the 30th of May, the last Saturday in May. And we're playing there with two local bands.
Which
and
is on the Gold
that
Coast.
looks like CBGBs to us. It looks really cool. And Daniel's done a fantastic job. So if you're listening to this from Brizzy, then
Or the Gold Coast.
get on down to Den Divine at Broad Beach.
Favorite food?
Sketty.
Italian for me.
Pescetti.
I'm probably a bolognese girl. What's Perugini's?
Favorite
Milk.
drink?
Where we have our
Pellegrini's.
Pellegrini's
In Melbourne.
bolognese sitting in the kitchen with
So favorite drink
with
is
our-
Pellegrini's, is that?
no granita with my bolognese at Pellegrini's. Otherwise,
Oh,
cannoli.
Pellegrini's the place. Yeah.
No, a homemade lemonade.
Mazza, favorite drink?
Probably white
Ginger
wine.
beer.
Yeah, ginger beer. That's a good one.
Ginger beer. Bundy's ginger beer.
We
Yeah,
Bundy on,
exactly.
mate.
Yeah.
We Bundy on.
Favorite person in history, apart from me. Oh, really? You're going to put your arm around each other?
No, I was showing my
Is this
muscle.
going to? Oh, your muscles. You're your favorite person in history,
No,
are you?
I am telling him I am his
Oh,
favorite.
sorry.
Oh,
Sorry.
That was deliberately
I
comedic.
got it.
favorite person in history.
Oh, well, it's
That's
probably
the
going to
right
be
one.
Martin Luther King or someone like that.
All right. And do either, this is the last question, do either of you have tattoos?
She does. I don't.
I'm a stupid idiot.
Oh, you don't like them? You don't have a favorite?
They're on my back. At least they're behind me, I say.
Boom, boom.
Yeah.
Well, Dennis took me into covering up a tattoo I had with a Radio Birdman tattoo that Johnny Spittles did. And it was funny. We were rehearsing the other day in Murray's lounge room. There was all these Gibson guitars lying around. And I looked at the logo, the gold insert just on the headstock. And I went, that's the Radio Birdman logo. Like this. And Murray goes, yeah, it's pretty close. I said, bloody hell, they even ripped off the Gibson logo. So now I say it's not a Radio Birdman tattoo, it's the Gibson logo.
I can't imagine, like having spent 50 years around music and all that, I can't imagine Lizzie Mack in bloody studios all over the place, recording in different bands and playing and, after shows and all that. You must have been an absolute terror. You probably still are an absolute terror.
I try and be useful, I pick up things, I get drinks, a few neck massages, try and keep things orderly. And I actually did all the backing vocals on Radio Birdman's last album.
Well,
But wasn't allowed to have my name on the artwork.
Why
Lizzie's
not?
Lizzie's
Why
not
not?
really a terror.
Someone's ex-wife didn't want my name on.
we're going to do a
I don't give a
I'm going to
shit.
do a podcast soon, and you'll be able to declare all your, dirty stuff on that.
I got some stuff to
Yeah, I
declare.
know.
When I go past those bins, I just keep walking, mate. Have you got anything to declare? Nah.
Boom, 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 boom.
Wait till they're all dead,
All
then
right.
I'll tell you. Okay.
All right. Final epitaph. Is there something you want to say before we leave? Anything about the show, yourself, your kids' your child's your daughter's basketball attempt?
Do your bit. Get up. Do
Indigenous.
your bit. Don't be a lazy bastard.
Yeah, just get involved in life.
Mm.
And,
It's not a dress rehearsal.
yeah, because as a gentleman who's a little bit older, time goes very fast.
Time goes
How old
by.
are you,
That was
Murray?
Mack Cook's first single.
Yes,
How old are you, Murray?
65.
I'm older.
Oh yeah, I'm 66 in June.
I got 2 years on you.
Good on you, mate.
52 though, don't he?
But,
Especially after 2 beers.
all
He
right.
gets
So
cracked onto by the 20-somethings, I can tell you, especially when he shows them his guns.
Jeez.
you got guns. Show us your guns, Muzz.
Right. Go on, crank a gun.
I think I've got some too, actually. Anyhow, enough
Yeah,
of
they're
that.
not
All right,
like
listen,
that, mate.
we're here.
Crank.
Yeah, pretty good.
So we got a platform. We're fans, so we're here. So when you need to yell out, and we'll cover you, and we'll do some promo and all that sort of stuff.
Oh, that's
Thanks,
lovely.
mate.
Thank
Yeah, thanks,
you.
mate.
Good on you, man.
Oh.
We're a conscious organisation, so we like to think we are anyway. So
Great.
be
That's
good.
great, mate. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Have a great time with the tour,
Yes.
Thank you.
and hope the single goes well, and onward and upward.
Thank you,
mate.
brother.
6'2", 6'2", unbelievable.
6'4".
Me, that's me.
Mate, it had to work somehow.
See you guys. Be well.
Good.
Take care.
Nice to talk,
Rock and roll Barbies. All right.
Cheers.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao.